Welcome back to Nerd Werk Nexus. We love to explore fascinating corners of the tech world.
Absolutely.
Today, a city that's reinventing itself. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a global powerhouse in robotics.
That's right.
So if you're interested in entrepreneurship, tech, and the future of robotics, we'll uncover how this incredible transformation happened
Okay.
and explore the exciting investment and career opportunities in this booming sector. What sparked this remarkable transformation?
Well, the seeds were actually planted while the steel industry was still in decline. Back in 1979, Carnegie Mellon University, or CMU, established the world's first robotics program.
Wow, the first.
The very first.
Wow.
And it was funded by Westinghouse, a company with a fascinating history in robotics going back to the 1920s.
Westinghouse had robots in the 1920s. What were they building back then?
Well, they developed Electro the Moto-Man.
Electro the what?
Moto-Man, a 7-foot-tall, walking, talking robot.
No way.
It debuted at the 1939 World's Fair.
Wow.
It was a marvel of engineering for its time, a testament to Pittsburgh's innovative spirit.
So CMU launches this robotics program, and things really take off from there.
Exactly. It wasn't an overnight success, but the program laid the groundwork for what Pittsburgh is today.
Right.
Over 100 robotics companies have sprung from CMU's Robotics Institute.
Wow.
It's a thriving ecosystem that's constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
So CMU is like the mothership.
You could say that.
Yeah, that's incredible. Can we dig into some specific examples? What groundbreaking work really put Pittsburgh on the map?
Well, one pivotal moment was the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident in 1979.
Oh.
A team from CMU, led by Red Whitaker, stepped up to the challenge. They designed robots that could navigate the radioactive debris
Oh, wow.
and assist in the cleanup.
Must have been a huge challenge.
Their performance not only solved a critical problem, but also showcased the potential of robotics to the world.
Right.
It solidified Pittsburgh's reputation in the field.
Showed what they could do.
Exactly. It was a powerful example of how robotics could be applied to solve real-world problems.
I love that, turning a crisis into an opportunity.
Yeah, and that theme continues to drive innovation in Pittsburgh today.
So what's the scene like today? Who are some of the key players in Pittsburgh's robotics ecosystem?
Well, we have companies like Argo AI, developing self-driving technology with partners like Ford and Volkswagen.
Right, self-driving cars, everybody's talking about those.
Yeah, employing over 1,300 people globally.
So what else is happening in Pittsburgh? What other areas are they excelling in?
Well, we also have Aurora Innovation, a major player who acquired Uber's self-driving division, partnerships with Hyundai and Fiat Chrysler.
Wow.
Their valuation is over $4 billion.
$4 billion. Wow.
Highlighting the immense investment potential.
So investors are seeing the value.
They are.
What other standout companies are out there? Any others pushing the boundaries of robotics in Pittsburgh?
Well, there's Astrobotic, a company developing lunar technology.
Hold on, they're sending robots to the moon.
And they won a $200 million contract with NASA to deliver a rover to the moon.
Seriously, that's out of this world. So it seems like Pittsburgh's robotics scene is not just robots, right? It's applying AI and technology to a variety of industries.
Absolutely. And while not strictly a robotics company, Duolingo,
The language learning app.
that's the one. They're a Pittsburgh success story leveraging AI in innovative ways.
I'm really impressed by how this ecosystem has flourished. What are the key ingredients to their success?
Well, the influence of CMU and its robotics program can't be overstated.
Makes sense.
It's a breeding ground for talent and a constant source of innovation.
So what else, besides just having smart people, what else is fueling Pittsburgh's robotics growth?
Well, one key advantage is access to talent.
Right.
Pittsburgh awards around 12,000 tech degrees annually.
So they have a steady supply of skilled workers.
That's right.
So it's not just about attracting companies, it's about building a talent pool for the future.
Exactly.
Does Pittsburgh's industrial past play a role in its robotics present?
Absolutely. Remember all those old steel mills and factories?
Yeah.
Well, they've become valuable assets, providing ample space for startups and companies.
It's like they're repurposing the past for the future.
I like that. It's a poetic transformation.
So they have the space, they have the talent. What else makes this ecosystem work?
And a strong network of supporting organizations
Right.
like Innovation Works and the Pittsburgh Technology Council. They provide resources and funding.
So it's a combination of things.
Yes.
A strong talent pool, supportive organizations, available space. all creating the perfect conditions for success.
It's all coming together. One area that I find particularly fascinating is the development of robots for manufacturing and industrial automation.
That makes perfect sense considering Pittsburgh's long history of manufacturing. It seems natural that they'd be at the forefront of this field.
Precisely. Companies like RE2 Robotics, which was later acquired by Sarcos, have been developing advanced robotic arms and manipulators for tasks like assembly, welding, and material handling.
So these robots are designed to work alongside humans in factories and industrial settings.
Exactly. And they're becoming increasingly sophisticated thanks to advances in artificial intelligence and machine learning.
It's incredible how AI is transforming so many industries, including robotics. What does this mean for the future of work in these settings?
That's a great question. It's allowing robots to perform tasks that were once thought to be impossible for machines, which creates a whole new wave of opportunities for businesses and workers alike.
So for someone interested in a career in robotics, it sounds like there are options beyond just working for a big tech company.
Absolutely. There's a growing demand for skilled technicians, engineers, and programmers who can design, build, and maintain these advanced robots. And Pittsburgh is a great place to be for those seeking these kinds of opportunities. The combination of world-class research institutions like CMU, a supportive ecosystem of businesses and organizations, and a growing number of job opportunities is attracting top talent from all over the world.
Do you think this is a trend we're seeing in other cities as well? Or is Pittsburgh unique in this regard?
Pittsburgh's story is certainly inspiring, but it's not an isolated phenomenon. We're seeing similar trends in other cities around the world as robotics technology continues to advance.
But with all this talk about robots and automation, I have to ask the question that's probably on everyone's mind. Will robots take over completely?
That's a valid concern, and a question that comes up a lot. It's important to remember that throughout history, technological advancements have always led to changes in the job market. No one could have predicted the vast number of jobs that would be created in fields like web development, e-commerce, and social media.
That's a good point. It's hard to imagine what the job market will look like in 10 or 20 years. So rather than fearing robots, we should focus on how we can work alongside them and leverage their capabilities to create a better future. But let's get practical. What are the actual investment and career opportunities in Pittsburgh's robotics scene?
For starters, the numbers are pretty impressive. Since 2012, investors have put $3.4 billion into Pittsburgh robotics firms.
Wow, $3.4 billion. That's a lot of faith in this industry.
And almost 600 patents have been awarded for robotics-based innovations.
So it's not just hype, they're a real result. Okay, so investors are on board. What about jobs? What's the job market like?
It's booming. Employment has grown by an incredible 300% since 2011. Over 7,000 new jobs created. And it's not just about engineering and programming. There's a need for a diverse range of skills.
Like what?
Technicians, mechanics, project managers, business development professionals, you name it.
It's a whole ecosystem.
Pittsburgh is putting its money where its mouth is.
So for someone interested in a robotics career, how do they get started?
First, do your research. Figure out what companies and organizations are doing work that excites you.
Right, find your passion.
Then network. Go to industry events, connect with people on LinkedIn. Reach out for informational interviews. You never know what doors might open.
And what about skills? What should people be focusing on?
Obviously, a strong STEM foundation is important.
Science, technology, engineering, math.
But don't forget the soft skills.
Yeah.
Communication, teamwork, problem solving. Especially in robotics, you're always working in teams, collaborating.
So it's not just about being a tech whiz. You need people skills, too.
Exactly. And never stop learning.
Got it. So for investors listening in, what would you say? Is Pittsburgh a good bet?
Well, as we've seen, investors are pouring billions into Pittsburgh robotics firms.
They must see something promising.
They do. And that trend is likely to continue.
It's amazing to see a city embrace the future like Pittsburgh has.
Hopefully we've sparked some interest and maybe even inspired a few future roboticists.
Maybe even some investors, too.
And investors, too.
For anyone looking to be part of a tech revolution, a city with tons of opportunities, Pittsburgh is definitely worth checking out. So from Nerd Werk Nexus, thanks for joining us. And until next time, keep exploring the fascinating world of technology.